Hello Sagittarius, this is Natalia and I have your angel card reading for the month of February 2016. And this month I'm going to do a 9-card spread for you as a general reading, and then listen right to the end of the video because I have a love reading for you too. So this being the love and romance month with Valentine's Day on the 14th, I thought I'd do an extra special little extra at the end. So the energy of what has been going on over the last 6 weeks, I thought I'd touch on that first of all in your general reading. And the top row of cards signifies what's been happening for you. So we've got the Five of Water first of all. So it feels as though things haven't been quite working out as you had expected or wanted them to. There's a little bit of disappointment. Maybe a few tears have been shed, Sagittarius, for those of you who are emotional. And if you haven't shed physical, real tears, that emotionally you've been feeling really discontented about something that you'd maybe put lots of hopes up around and thinking it would turn out better than it has. But all is not lost, because I feel as though things have been moving quite quickly, maybe a little bit too quickly for your liking, even though you are Sagittarius, you're the traveller, you're the archer, you set your sights on a goal and you like to move swiftly towards it. But it just feels as though everything's just been sweeping you off your feet a little bit and you haven't been grounded enough. But it does feel as though you've got the Empress card there, and it's all about being nudged forward. So Archangel Gabriel is there saying to you, come on, you've got important work to do. And it may have felt as though you're being prodded by the universe, which you don't like either. That, you like to be in control of things, that, your destiny, what you're going after. So it's all been a little bit of a whirlwind, a little bit of a cyclone, like you've been spinning around in a washing machine and you don't know quite where you are. So the energy that you start the month off with, the mindset that you're bringing into the month of February, is the Four of Earth, where you're feeling a bit cautious, where you don't want to make a wrong move. You want to be sure-footed. And, we can't always be like that, because, caution is good, but you can take it too far and you can be a little bit as though you're closing your energy down, as though you're stopping yourself, you're limiting yourself, you're thinking, well, I don't want to make a mistake, so therefore I won't do anything. And it's got this kind of stagnant energy where you're sort of trying to hold on to things. However, then you've got these two cards with the King of Fire, which is very much you. It's like the Sagittarius, going forward, the communicator, the great leader, ambitious, just go-getting, and you can't stop yourself. So there's part of you that wants to hold back and say, let's see how things turn out. I'm not giving too much away. I'm trying to be really objective and very kind of disciplined and just holding myself back. But then there's this other part of you that just wants to go off at great speed and just bash on through. So I feel like for you, it's important to be grounded in it, but it's also important to allow yourself to just, go with the flow, go with that energy, whatever your gut's telling you, go with it. If you want to unleash all your ideas and just, stop creating lots of activity around you, then that is fine. Do that, because whatever feels right for you is the right thing to do. That's the kind of message I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Don't hold yourself back, because then you're not being in your authentic self. You're trying to mind your P's and Q's. You're trying to be very conscious of what you're saying and what you're doing, and all of that is a little bit inauthentic. It just doesn't align with who you are. You're this go-getting, this brash, I'm just going to chase after whatever I believe is right. So go with that. Just go with it. So at the beginning of the month, I feel, even though you've maybe had some disappointments and felt a little bit upset about the way things had been turning out previously over the last 6 weeks, you start off with the Ten of Earth, where you're very sure-footed. And this is about groundedness in all areas of your life. That I always love to see the Ten of Earth card coming up, and you've got it. So congratulations, Sagittarius, because this speaks of getting the balance right when it comes to your work and harmony within your family life, which is, it's quite a rare thing, because we often say, oh, I'm going to be very ambitious, I'm going to spend a lot of time working on my business, on my career, and then our relationships suffer for that, because we can't get that balance. We have to put all our energy into one thing, and then something else doesn't get our attention. But here you're finding a way to do everything, to have it all. I always call this the having it all card, because you can see this happy family, these fairies dancing around in the woodland, and there's beautiful light in the sky, this glow. I'm really cherishing every moment. So this is all very much about living in the present, and this is very much about knowing what is working well in your life. So this is about being grounded, financial security, knowing that your family are happy, they're sorted, they're really behind you and supportive and strong and going to you. You just go off and do what you need to do, okay? Don't worry about us. And so they're really being flexible and bending around you, and so fitting into your plans. And this is your work working out and rewarding you financially. So it's a very, very favourable time, the beginning of February. Enjoy it. It is good. By the time we get to the middle of the month, it feels as though you're being pulled to reconnect with people from your past. People and places from your past. They're going to serve you very well. I also feel as though this is strongly connected with work and career. So who is it that needs to come back into your life to enhance your life and enrich it in some way? So it could be that previous colleagues that you've worked with, you get a second chance to work with them, so they come back around. So somebody who you've maybe worked with previously enters your workplace, or somebody from the past who you've worked with, or who you maybe didn't finish a project with, they come back around and you get to do this, maybe restart it or just pick up where you left off. It can also signify going back to places that have been an important part of your life previously. So again, this is revisiting places that are close to your heart or have been a big part of your life in the past. They're coming up again for you. Enjoy them. It's a really lovely energy because it's about going deep. It's about reconnecting with those people and places that you've got an emotional connection with. And it works. It's got a beautiful energy, this card. The other warning that can possibly come from this card is not to live in the past too much, not to hark back and think, with rose-tinted glasses about, oh, how this used to be so great. You might have left a workplace and moved on to a new job role. And sometimes you can feel a bit nostalgic and think, oh, wasn't life wonderful there when I worked there? Oh, everything was so great. The people were so great. My job was great. I wish I could have it back. You moved on for a reason. And so don't get too nostalgic about the past, okay? Because, the past is, it's part of your past. And, everything is new. Going forward every day is a new day and a new beginning. And just embrace everything that is now and live in the present moment. Towards the last 10 days of February, we have the King of Air card coming up here. So somebody who is an air sign, a strong air sign, it can be a man or a woman, but it's shown as a man here, can show up and be a really great force in your life. So they're very clear thinking, they're very good with words, and they're very diplomatic and professional. And you can see they've got this whole herd of unicorns following them. So they're a great leader. It's like they have this way with words that when they can charm the birds out of the trees, this King of Air. So they have this way of beguiling you. They have this way of speaking in such a beautiful way that other people listen to them and they're hanging off their every word. So that is somebody coming up in your life. It could also signify that aspect of you where people really listen to you. Sometimes we speak, we have a lot of things to say. We feel that we've got an important opinion to voice, some important stuff to impart to others, and they don't always get us and they don't always listen. Well, towards the end of the month, this is showing up really clearly for you. It's about you speaking with your mind with confidence and people really listening. So whichever resonates with you, look out for that King of Air energy because it's a gorgeous energy. It has this very, very positive quality about it. So whether they're coming into your life and they're bringing this fresh opinion, imparting really great wisdom to you and being this clear thinking, creative person, or whether that's coming up for you and that's going to be some energy you can tap into and lock down, it's all really great. So it looks very, very positive for you in February as long as you can let go of being inauthentic. Just be yourself, that's, everybody else is taken. Just be you. So I said I was going to talk about romance for you and I've drawn 2 separate cards for that, and they come from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue, because I know people always want to know where these card decks originate from. And I do the forgiving and learning and give your relationship a chance cards. So let me begin first of all with those of you who are already in an existing bond, in an existing partnership. There's been a lot of releasing of the past and healing for you in your relationships. So some of you may have been going through some stuff where you're trying to understand one another better, where words have been exchanged, where there's been maybe a little bit of difficulty, but this has all been very healing for your relationship. And in this month of love, you can bet your bottom dollar that your relationship is going to improve one way or another. It's about releasing what's gone on in the past. It's about acceptance of your other half, of loving yourself, and as you love yourself and have compassion for yourself, have compassion for the relationship as well. So there, all of these things that have happened, they've all been for your highest good. So never ever feel as though anything that is rocky and turbulent in your relationship has no purpose, because it's all serves a purpose in terms of healing us, of helping us to live, to understand and forgive within our relationship in the present moment. And this card is saying give your relationship a chance. Look at those two bonded. They're making this beautiful heart shape. And it's saying work on your partnership. Learn from these mistakes, grow from these mistakes, and really bond. Learn to work in unity as a partnership. You're both bringing different things, different strengths to the relationship. So instead of looking at one another's differences and criticizing, look at the strength that brings, that makes you a whole, that makes you this really strong unit, and really do that work, because when, everything goes in cycles. So this is just a cycle. It too will pass, and you'll find by the end of February, if you do these things, you're just going to know each other better, and you're going to be stronger as a result of it. For those of you who are single, I feel like you've also been going through this bigger learning curve. That what are the patterns that you've had in relationships? What are the things that you've done that you consider to be wrong? You've maybe been beating yourself up, or not releasing or forgiving people who've harmed you in relationships. Just also know that this was for your highest good, that perhaps this was set up as part of your soul's lesson. We're on this earth, in this incarnation, as a spiritual being in this earthly plane to learn and expand and grow. And if our lives were easy, we wouldn't be learning anything, would we? So as you learn from these hurts, and as you start to heal them and grow and get the aha moments with them, that's when you experience love for yourself. So be compassionate, forgive yourself, do the inner work, and you are giving your future relationships a chance by doing that. And also know that, if it's been a bit of a task trying to connect with somebody new, but sometimes it takes great effort. So think about things that you haven't tried when it comes to love. If you're single and you've tried internet dating and it hasn't worked for you, maybe another option would be to say to your friends and everybody that you know, do you know somebody great who's single that would be good for me? Can you set us up? Can you speak to them? Just ask around. Do it that way. Network with people. Give yourself a chance to form a relationship with somebody by doing all of the great things like making yourself look as good as possible. And I'm not saying you have to have a makeover, but where do you maybe let yourself down in terms of not being as well dressed as you could be, wearing things that are a bit more flattering, getting a new haircut, just loving yourself, being a bit more healthy with your diet or habits that you have that you think, what, I won't have that extra glass of wine on a Friday, I don't need it, it's better for my skin, it's better for my overall health and my liver, and just do that. And as you do that, as you learn to love yourself and nurture yourself, that's when you will bring love to you and be like a magnet for love. So give relationships, new love, a chance, and you may just find yourself forgiving, healing the past, and connecting with somebody really gorgeous and perfect for you in the month of February. So thank you, Sagittarius. I hope it's a great month for you. And if you would like me to have a look at what's coming up for you personally, if you click on the link below this video, you can find out how to schedule a reading with me, or visit astrolada.com. And you can also follow my Facebook page, because I post lots of interesting things, hopefully interesting things on there. And my Facebook page is Angel Lady or Angel Card Lady if you type either of those into the search in Facebook. Take care, Sagittarius. I'll catch up with you very soon.